Legal experts tell Fox Business there are clear arguments for an appeal here. For example, the law that Trump's found guilty of violating.
Hi guys, welcome to Triangle Strategy.
By victims of the harm.
This game's been up for about a couple of years now. I heard it's pretty good, that's why I scored it. So I went through all the options and everything, so everything will work out well. So let's get into it. I heard it's like Tactics Ogre a little bit, so which is good.
Rather, the state law requires all penalties to be halted in this situation. Back to you.
So, Kelly, I got a question for you. Maybe rather than sell off Trump Tower behind you, could he essentially take out a second mortgage on a bunch of the properties and get some money that way?
Play on normal.
So this is where it gets interesting because the judge also ruled that he's not allowed to apply for loans, take out loans for any institutions that are chartered in New York. So think Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan Chase, right, the big banks. But he could take out a loan, a second mortgage, at a smaller institution. He could get money from friends. There's even a GoFundMe from Trump supporters. I think it's at $200,000 right now to help him with this. Small potatoes, but there are certainly other ways because he wouldn't want to sell off this real estate asset, right? He's trying to regain control of it through an appeal process.
Yeah, because his house is at the top of the.
That's a lot of money to find liquid money.
Yeah, Kelly, thanks so much. I'm less concerned about how he's going to pay for it and more concerned about a justice system that thinks it's okay to target your political opponents, especially when you say on the campaign trail before you've seen any evidence or anything, and finally you come up to that conclusion. It seems like the judge was okay with it, Attorney General was okay. We got thugs all over the street robbing people every single day. We got immigrants attacking our cops. And you never see the DA or the Attorney General at those press conferences, but they can find time.
And if anyone else were charged with this, would they be charged with that amount of money?
We've never seen a case like this. To Mark's point, I mean, the political optics of this, and clearly we've seen former President Trump rise in stature the more he got indicted now for different cases over 91 charges. But in this case, the political message is, wow, here's a successful conservative former president, so we're going to go after his money, and we're going to take it, and we're going to issue a ruling from the bench that is exorbitant. There's no precedent for that kind of ruling with that amount of money.
A young hawk
So,
soars.
you know, to the extent that the courtroom
Free like a bird, motherfucker. Free it. Free it.
See what happens, because he's got to come up with, as we've heard from his attorneys, north of $400 million probably in the next month.
And it's like more than $100 million in interest. Crazy. So it started at $350, now we're seeing maybe $450. All right, let's go to this. A Fox News alert. Chicago police arresting 4 Venezuelan migrants who were accused of choking and robbing a man on a city train on Saturday.
Okay, good morning. Here's what we know. Police say the 4 men robbed and beat a 49-year-old man on a CTA train. That victim lost consciousness but has since recovered. Luckily, authorities were able to track down the 4 suspects less than an hour later. Their address listed as a migrant shelter. Chicago Police Department would not confirm their legal statuses or their legal address to Fox News, but this all comes as the city faces a major migrant crisis, seeing more than 35,000 people since August 2022. Police in cities like New York seeing a surge in crime by Venezuelan migrants connected with the notorious street gang Tren de Aragua. Again, unclear if these individuals are connected, but it is something to note what we are seeing in New York, Chicago, cities throughout our great country. Back over to you. It does appear to be coordinated. Todd, thank you very much.
You just flew back in from California.
Just flew back from Cuba, California to be here to watch you guys. Phil Illusion is still there. Cali, right behind where I was doing live shots. Community, if you look closely in the center of your screen, you can see migrants just scaling down the mountain. And it's wide open. This is where the cartels on the other side of that mountain is Mexico. On this side, where we're filming this from, is Cuba, California, 60 miles east of San Diego. And you've got migrants coming literally from the entire world, from not only China, and we'll talk about that in a minute, the surge in Chinese migrants, but also from as far as Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Peru, Brazil, Ecuador. You have migrants from Afghanistan that I met on the last day. We talked to some of these migrants, Bill and I. Here's a little bit of what they said.
Given the wind, I think it
Where are you
likely
from?
that Aesfrost's ships will arrive
So
ahead
as you
of
can
schedule.
see, a lot of migrants here. This gentleman is from Cameroon. Cameroon. Where are you from?
Very well then. Let us be on our way.
I'm from Colombia. Where are you from? Syria. Why are you coming to the U.S.? Why come?
Because we love America and we need a nice style, a nice life.
You're coming for jobs?
Yeah, a nice job, a nice because our country very weird.
Where are you guys from? Colombia. Where are you from?
I'm in Colombia.
Colombia.
Brazil. I'm from Brazil.
Brazil.
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Where are you guys from?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan? Where are you guys from? Brazil. So let me just make one. The Syrian guys, that is, because you were asking me when I was playing, the Syrian guys, that's a state-sponsored terror, Syria. And so those migrants will actually be separated as special interest aliens. They'll get a deeper vetting by the authorities. But the fact that he's saying he's here for a nice life, he automatically qualified for California's free health insurance by crossing that border illegally. But the fact that he's here looking for a nice life is not going to qualify for asylum. And that's the problem. This administration has broadcast globally a message that if you can just get across that line illegally, you're going to get the American dream. And it's become almost in my interactions with those migrants, for the first time, I really felt like it's been entitlement. At one point, the migrants asked me what time lunch was, because they've been sitting there for a couple of hours.
They know exactly what's going to happen, and you got the terrorism aspect that is a real threat that we're worried about, but then you got the folks that, remember what they're placing these illegal migrants in? They're putting them in poor communities. And as we've seen in Harlem, we've seen in Boston, we've seen the bill, all the places that we've been reporting for the last few weeks of the residents being upset because they're already poor. They already don't have resources. So you got that portion of it, the terrorism portion, but you also got
cool.
the Venezuelan wing that is coming in. And they're rough, and they're part of gangs. And they were probably part of gangs when they came from the countries where they derived from. And they're attacking cops. I was just looking at a video on my phone of them attacking cops in Randall's Island. Now, what happens when there's an altercation now where a cop responds or uses pepper spray or deadly force? Then there's going to be protests all in the middle of the street. But there's no protest with them going after cops every single day and going after communities, stealing their purses and everything. These people are being released back on the street by our DA.
And you're mentioning asylum. You have to prove asylum in order to be able to stay in our country. If you're coming from a country where you're persecuted, then yes, you can stay. But how many of those people that claim asylum actually, do they really send anybody back? I mean, when I see all this video and I feel like the border's open, does anyone ever really get sent back when their court date finally comes up in 3 years?
That's such a great point, Ainsley, and it's not talked enough about. In the case specifically of the Chinese, and I was showing you guys earlier today, these are Mexican Chinese temporary visas for the Chinese migrants,
Like a license.
and they just discard them, right? They come across the border, and then they
Okay.
because they want to claim asylum in the U.S. We don't have repatriation agreement with China. We don't talk to their government other than the occasional photo op when, our leaders get together. We certainly don't share national security secrets with China. And so what these individuals, and many of them are single adult males, more than 20,000 in the past 4.5 months, compared to 2021 when there was only 450. I just got to be
How
honest.
many kids? Now they're saying it's more men.
I just had the numbers a moment ago. There were 208 Chinese nationals come through Hakumba yesterday, right where we are. Why are they here? Are they here because they're somehow aligned with the Communist Chinese Party? Are they here to steal our IP? We know that China is the biggest theft of IP. But because we don't have repatriation agreements, Ainsley, about 50%, I don't know the exact numbers, but about half of Chinese are granted asylum currently.
Right, and this is one of the reasons why Joe Biden is taken in the polls, and according to Axios, it sounds like the Biden administration and the campaign, they're going to try to reset his presidency with the State of the Union address. But before that, he's going to sign some executive orders to try to clamp down on what's going on the border, which would be a welcome relief to a lot of people. The big question is, exactly would he do and how far would they go?
He broke it with the executive order, so hopefully he can just return back to the same
Just a
thing.
kid, Nick. Can I offer him a tip? And that is bring Remain in Mexico back because they don't want to be in Mexico. And we saw that when they discarded
The ID card has a Chinese lady's face with a Mexico. It's a Mexican card. And then once they make it into the U.S., they throw it on the ground and you pick it up.
Exactly.
All right, we got another Fox News alert. The Kremlin launching a huge case against the mother Putin critic, Alexei Navalny.
And his mother this morning pleading for the Kremlin to release her son's body. Melanie Rivera joins us live from Washington with the latest.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Yes, this coming after days after Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny's death. Now, his mother is making a direct emotional plea to Vladimir Putin to release the body of her son.
On February 16th, my son Alexei Navalny died. For the 5th day, I can't see him, they don't give me his body, and they don't even tell me where he is. I'm addressing you, Vladimir Putin. The solution to the issue depends only on you. Let me finally see my son. I demand that Alexei's body be immediately handed over so that I can bury him humanely.
Over the weekend, Navalny's mother visited the Arctic penal colony where her son died. They were told by Russian authorities his body will not be given to the family until an investigation is complete. They were also told that Navalny had died of sudden death syndrome, but one Russian journalist says the longer it takes for his body to be released, the more suspicions surround his death.
The death of Navalny is getting more suspicious because why would they hide the body if they have nothing to hide, right? So it is becoming more and more obvious that it is not just the death of Navalny somewhere in prison in far north of Russia. It is a political murder committed by Vladimir Putin and his associates.
Yesterday, Navalny's wife blamed Putin for her husband's death and promised to carry on his work. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Madeline. Also, it looks like the widow of him has been suspended from X after claiming her husband was killed by Novichok.
Do we know it's been banned?
I shan't let them have you. You should work on your fucking language.
She said the account disappeared today. So
it's a little suspicious. We're trying to figure it out. You know who can figure it out? Carly Shiftus.
I really hoping you weren't going to say that. Don't say my name because I have to report I can't.
Recommended double 2. Okay.
Yeah, so leave it up to Elon Musk. He's got a bigger brain than I do. I can't report some headlines, starting with America's crime crisis caught in broad daylight. A crew robbing a New York City Gucci store yesterday. Check out this video here. 2 men and a woman ordering employees to the ground at gunpoint before stealing merchandise from the store's shelves. The trio escaped from the store and are still on the loose, according to officers. The store was closed for the rest of the day. A shopper telling the New York Post, get this, it's New York and stuff happens all the time. It just feels like another day, and that is the problem there. Police in Fort Worth looking for a man caught on camera robbing a Girl Scout cookie stand. This happened outside of a Walmart while the girls their parents were selling cookies. A guy walked up to the stand and grabbed a bag that had $450 in it. This is the guy police are searching for. They think he's between 18 and 24 years old. That troop was reportedly raising money for a summer trip to Australia. New overnight, Elon Musk providing an update on Neuralink's first human patient who had a chip implanted in their brain. In an interview broadcast on X last night, Musk said that some good progress is being made.
Patient seems to be full recovery with no ill effects that we're aware of, and is able to control the mouse, move the mouse around the screen just by thinking.
Neuralink implanted the chip into this patient in January after receiving FDA approval to conduct the study last year. And those are your headlines, guys. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Carly. All right, coming up, as 1 in 8 retirees are planning to return to work this year.
A 70-year-old retired nurse heading back to work because of record high prices. She says she needs somebody to take action. Plus, Laura Ingram joins us live ahead of her town hall with former President Trump.
You needn't know who.
Lord,
Surrender now, and we can resolve this peacefully.
you know where we struggle.
Do you even
You know where we need to be pushed.
We
Help
don't
us give it
do
all to you.
anything peacefully.
The good,
the bad. Help us turn to you in everything. Amen. You should join me in more prayer on hell.
Here's they're not keen
Stay
to
prayed
listen.
up.
Indeed. They don't strike me as the type to be swayed by logic.
Here's why you should switch from Google to DuckDuckGo on all your devices. DuckDuckGo comes with a built-in search engine like Google, but it's private and doesn't spy on your searches. And DuckDuckGo lets you browse like Chrome, but it blocks cookies and creepy ads that follow you around from Google and other companies. And there's no catch. It's free. You make money from ads, but they don't follow you around. Join the millions of people taking back their privacy by downloading DuckDuckGo on all your devices today.
To celebrate the new year, we're having the biggest sale ever on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save 60% on our loose-down comforters, the best comforters ever. They go perfectly with our MyPillow bed sheets and duvet covers. Save 25% on our brand new kitchen towels. They're made with the same technology as our famous My Towels. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. Our seasonal flannel sheets are finally in. To save up to 50%, and they sell out fast every year, so order now. They're truly the best flannel sheets you'll ever sleep on. Or save up to 80% on all our clearance items. And this is where it gets even better. For a limited time, your entire order ships absolutely free. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use that promo code to get deep discounts on all MyPillow products. And for a limited time, your order ships absolutely free.
That first time you take a step back.
I made that.
With your very own online store.
I sold that.
And you can manage it all in one place.
I built this.
And it was easy, with a partner that puts you first. GoDaddy.
Realtor.com's Real View maps show you precise wildfire, flood, and noise ratings on every home listing.
Don't all apps do that?
Not really. Trust the #1 app real estate professionals trust. Download the Realtor.com app today.
I look back with great satisfaction on my 32 years on active duty. I understand the veteran mentality. These are people who have served. They've been in leadership positions. They're willing to put their life on the line if necessary. And they come to us and they say, I need some financial help at this point in time. They're not looking for a handout. They're looking for a little handout. My team at Due Day USA is going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that veteran gets that help.
Orders, my lord?
Give them no quarter.
After the sudden death of Putin's opponent and his wife's accusations of murder, go inside the international response. Karen Pierce has details on your world.
Introducing Mando, the whole box.
Repeat after me. We'll never steal from the weak, the vulnerable again. It's gonna be a fire.
Okay, thanks.
There's a beekeeper. A special program outside the chain of command. The system is corrupt. They corrected it. Stolen millions from people who work hard all their lives.
You have laws for these things.
Until they fail, you have me. The beekeeper, rated R.
So when they stand and tell the stories,
Think you got what it takes to best my family? Fool, a lot of you.
things that we could leave behind. They say just
Give 'em the fight, man. Distinguish yourself in battle and you'll receive your due reward.
Last 2 years that I've been on my own, it's been really challenging in order to make ends meet. United Way agency that I deal with for things like food, keeping the cost of food down, health food, toiletries, and other necessities that it gets always done with a smile. Thanks to United Way, seniors like myself live in grace and dignity.
A person of interest has been named in the disappearance of 11-year-old Texas girl, Shelby Rose, from our Houston affiliate, joining us now live from Livingston, Texas, with the details. Hey, Shelby.
Hey, good morning. You know, it has been an all-out search effort in hopes of locating Audrey Cunningham, and they're already getting started this morning. We've seen multiple boats on trailers going down this road, which leads to the Trinity River, an area that they've been using sonar technology to search. But they also have some on the ground. The Polk County Sheriff's Office says they are focusing on specific locations in the area. Not disclosing what those exactly are. Explain that they want to keep the integrity of this ongoing investigation. But while Audrey has yet to be found, we do already have a person of interest in custody. That's Don McDougal. We're told he is cooperating to some extent with investigators, telling them he left the house with Audrey Thursday morning, the day she went missing, and is believed to be the last person to see her. But Polk County Sheriff Lyons says he has not confessed to this crime. Officials say McDougal was a friend of Audrey's father and was allowed to live in this trailer that was behind their house and also take her to school from time to time. And while McDougal is the person of interest in this case, the sheriff does say that they aren't ruling anyone out, explaining charges haven't been filed until their investigation is fully complete. They're also asking for the public's help to see if there's any video of McDougal's Chevy Suburban in hopes that they can track his movements and hopefully at the end of this find Audrey. Griff?
Shelby, it just breaks your heart. Hopefully they will find it, and please bring us any updates if you get them. Shelby, thank you very much. Ainsley?
Everyone say a prayer for that little girl that she is found alive in her home. So thank you so much, Greg. All right, inflation continuing to squeeze poor Americans out of retirement. A recent survey from ResumeBuilder.com reveals 1 in 8 people who retire plan to return to work this year, largely as a result of high costs, inflation, and insufficient savings. Our next guest retired back in 2019, 5 years ago, but is back working today at the age of 70. Her name is Joyce Fleming. She's from Pennsylvania, and she joins us now. Hey, Joyce.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for joining us. We heard your story, and we go to all these diners, and everyone seems to have similar stories as yours. Tell us why you decided to go back to work.
Just the rising cost after the pandemic hit. I'll give you an example. I had a fence estimate back right before I retired. After I retired, I contacted the gentleman to put the fence in. It was $2,000 more than what the estimate was, just because of rising costs and supply issues and things like that.
My goodness. How do you feel about this? Because you worked your whole life. We're finally excited about retiring. I know you took care of your grandchildren during COVID. You could spend more time with them, and now you have to go back to work.
Nice graphics.
And I had to go back to a financial advisor just to rearrange my whole finances, realizing that I probably, if I want to continue to live at my lifestyle, I needed to probably add a few more dollars to my budget. And so I felt like I had to go back to work.
Joyce, look at this. We compared numbers from 2018 to 2022. You have to have about $8,000 more in your bank account in order to make it through and continue your lifestyle a few years later. I mean, isn't that amazing? It went up that much, and then now we're in 2024. I wonder how much it's gone up now. What about tell me about your job, what you're doing, how you're making ends meet now.
Well, I'm a nurse, and I went back to work originally just with a small paying job in a call center at an amusement park, and that really didn't pay much at all, and plus it was a lot of travel. I then took another job as a nurse, and I worked in that for a while, but right now I'm looking for something more locally, something closer to home, so that I don't have to pay or get involved in the expensive gas prices.
All right, Joyce, thank you so much for coming on. We wish you all the best.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Laura Ingram is coming up. We have more Fox and Friends. Stick with us.
America's Most Wanted is back. Miss new episodes on Fox? Watch them a week later on Fox Nation. Plus, America's Most Wanted Extra, featuring exclusive content with John and Callahan Walsh you won't see anywhere else.
I know what these victims have gone through.
Join father and son for a deep dive into the details with critical insight about every case.
Let's kick some butt together. Go Fox Nation.
America's Most Wanted and America's Most Wanted Extra, together exclusively on Fox Nation. Streaming now.
You like that phone? I got a great price on it. Did you see my tail when that Genie box showed up? Oh, I saw it. My tail goes bonkers for treats at great prices. Sorry about the pause.
Shop and get a $30 e-gift card through February 25th at Chewy.
Meat noodles. She's part short hair and part ninja. Make the Bissell Crosswave Hydro Steam. It's part vacuum, steamer, and ninja nemesis. Bissell, a new breed of clean.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
We can help you save more than 50% on life insurance.
Visit SelectQuote.com. We shop, you save. You're feeling boxed in by restrictive weight loss plans? Break out of the box with new Advantage, our first ever weight loss and wellness solution. On your terms, on your budget, and on demand. Perfect for people who want to lose weight, manage their weight, or live a healthy lifestyle. With Advantage, get access to over 100 menu choices. Pick any amount of breakfasts, lunches, dinners, or snacks. Plus, delivery on your schedule, one-on-one coaching, personalized meal plans, healthy recipes, and more. Get only what you want when you want it. No monthly shipments, no minimum purchases, so you're never boxed in. Wellness is at your fingertips with access to meals and tools that fit your budget. If you're trying to lose weight on your own, we're here to make it easy. Lose weight on your terms. Get your all-access pass to weight loss, wellness, and healthy living today. Easy. Convenient. It's weight loss on demand. Call or go online today and get the Advantage. Don't wait. Get started right now.
Only from SimpliSafe. 24/7 lifeguard protection. This exclusive technology allows SimpliSafe agents to help stop crime in real time.
Stop. Police are on their way.
For instant intruder deterrence and faster police response, there's no safe like SimpliSafe. Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Get total body support and better sleep with a MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. I'm interrupting this commercial to announce my mattress topper 2.0. We've added brand new nanocoil technology and combined it with our temperature regulating fabric and patented MyPillow foam. The best mattress topper ever just got even better. It's 100% made in the USA, comes with my 60-day money-back guarantee and 10-year warranty. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 40% and your entire order ships absolutely free.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first. But when it comes to caring for his teeth, he's let his own needs take a back seat. Well, maybe it's time to shift gears on that. Because Aspen Dental has the latest technology and equipment for staff that goes out of their way to provide exceptional care. Plus free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance and 20% off treatment plans. Making it easier to get started with quality care. It's one more way Aspen Dental is in your corner.
Meet the Jennifers. Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. Each planning their future through the Change mobile app. Gen X is planning a summer in Portugal with some help from JP Morgan Wealth Plan. Let's go, Whiskers. Gen Y is working with a bank on a budget. You only turn 30 once. And Gen Z, her credit's golden. Hello, new apartment. 3 gens getting ahead with Chase. Solutions that grow with you. One bank for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Former President Trump and Nikki Haley facing off in the Palmetto State with just 4 days until the South Carolina primary. Haley scheduled a state of the race today at noon. We found out about it last night. What is she going to say? We're not sure. As a new poll shows, she is more than 30 points behind Donald Trump in her home state.
Trump, meanwhile, also in South Carolina, ahead of an exclusive town hall with Laura Ingraham here on Fox tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Laura Ingraham joins us now live from South Carolina with a preview. Hey, Laura.
Hey, Laura. Hey, guys. How are you?
I've been excited about this all morning because I know you can break this down. There seems to be a disconnect, Laura, between the donor class and what Republican primary voters actually want. Can you lay it out for us?
You don't stand a chance.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot on the line, obviously, in this election. And one of the issues is obviously China. What our relationship going forward is going to be with China, whether Trump's going to slap more tariffs on electric vehicle component parts, that kind of nitty-gritty stuff. And that's trillions of dollars for China. When trillions of dollars are on the line for, corporate interests here in the United States and global interests abroad, there's going to be a lot of money pouring into both Joe Biden and Republican candidates who seem more hospitable to those old ideas. And that's why Nikki Haley has gotten so much support from those big corporate interests, the Koch brothers and so forth. But Biden just took in $42 million because he's done such a great job for the average person out there.
Laura, what's going to happen today with her speech at noon? Do you think she'll stay in the race? And what's her plan if she does? And what if the polls are right? What happens after this?
Over here.
Well, it's hard to see what they're thinking over there in the Haley campaign. I mean, everyone got mad because after Iowa, when she performed so poorly there, and then New Hampshire, which was a really hospitable state for her with all those independent voters, that she didn't, she couldn't get the job done. So she really, in my view, just as a political analyst for a moment, that was the time for her to drop out and really reach out to President Trump and say, what can I do to help? We need to save this country. She decided to stay in because she got a huge influx of cash. And now she's 30 points down about in her home state. The new Suffolk poll shows it's impossible for her to win on Saturday. It's just not going to happen. She knows that. She probably has a lot of consultants who are making a lot of money by telling her there's a path if we do this or that, but there is no path. So right now she's really helping Joe Biden and not helping herself, certainly, if she wants to have any future in the Republican Party. So will she drop out today? It's hard to see that, given some of her recent comments, but the time to have dropped out was about, really a month ago.
So, Laura, we've seen Democrats suddenly become so critical of Joe Biden. Nate Silver saying that Democrats need to be in the Dolby room. There's no path for him. I'm curious, do you think that Joe Biden, is he going to be on the ballot, or do you think that Democrats eventually replace him?
I think it's hard for them to do that. From the beginning, I've said this is the guy they chose in 2020 because he kind of was a throwback to the yesteryear of the more modern.
Holy fuck.
At least that was his appearance. But obviously, he became captured by the far left and did all the things to the country that you all cover every morning, from the migrant crisis to the inflation spiral and all the rest. But right now, are they going to pull some convention, superdelegate move against Biden? It's hard to see that happening. I've known Biden for decades in Washington, on and off, and he's one of the most stubborn individuals in American politics. The idea he's going to voluntarily step aside, I just do not see it.
Lawrence brought up Nate Silver. You know him. He's the famed pollster for 538, and he said he's not going to be, he thinks he's heading for a defeat, talking about Joe Biden because of his age and his declining job performance. He also writes this: it is a reason for Democrats to be the adults in the room and acknowledge that someone who can't sit through a Super Bowl interview isn't someone the public can trust to have the physical and mental stamina to handle an international crisis, terrorist attack, or some other unforeseen threat when he'll be in his mid-80s. What's your reaction to that, and what Joe Biden is trying to do with the UN Security Council, trying to have this temporary ceasefire?
Yeah, he's caught between a rock and a hard place with the vote in Michigan. You're seeing the uprising, the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas segment of the voting public in Michigan rising up against Democrats. Rashida Tlaib saying that everyone vote for essentially other, not Joe Biden, to send a message. It's hard to think that that's not motivating, at least partly, what's going on at the UN today, where they're trying to split hairs and say, we're not going to call for an immediate ceasefire, but we're going to call for a ceasefire as soon as practicable. So that's the language that they're using today at the UN. We got more than 100 hostages still being held. Hamas is a pretty easy path here.
Sorry to worry.
And they're not doing that. And so Israel's supposed to just, throw up its hands and say, okay, we're going home now. I think, again, Biden's trying to play to his far left base and still try to be somewhat, I think, hospitable to the notion that Israel is our solid ally in the Middle East. It's hard to do that. I'm going to ask Trump about that tonight at the town hall, and I'm going to be curious if he goes into much details, because there's some political peril for both of the candidates on that question, and it's a tough one for sure.
Laura, I gotta ask before we leave. How are you gonna keep control of the former president? As someone that's done an interview with him before a couple times, it's tough. It's tough to keep him on task.
Yeah, well, I always tell the former president, I've known you for 25 years, so your tricks don't work with me. Okay, stay on point. Stay on point. No, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Have you ever been to Greenville? Have you been to Greenville before? It's so beautiful.
I only one time before, but it is a gorgeous town. The whole Spartanburg Greenville area is exploding, and amazing place.
Yeah, good people there.
Good luck tonight, Laura.
Yeah, we'll be watching. Thanks, Laura. Thanks for waking up early to talk about it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you
so much.
Coming up, California teachers suing Governor Newsom over woke gender policies. One of the teachers will join us next.
A good cotton farmer wakes up and asks himself, what can I do to make a better cotton?
We believe that the best products are made in America and come fresh from the family farm.
And produced under the most sustainable farming techniques.
From our sheets to our blankets and quilts, this is a product that can be passed on. It could be a family heirloom.
Go to redlandcotton.com and receive 20% off your order with code FOX20.
My lance strikes true.
Consumer Cellular, this is Sam. How may I help you? This is a butt dial. Well, somebody's butt. Just thought I'd let you know that with Consumer Cellular, you can get the same exact coverage as the leading carriers, but for up to half the price.
I have your
Are you sick of UTIs? I had gained in 1 year. This inspired my husband and I to start Eucora. Eucora makes proactive urinary tract supplements. If you get UTIs, try Eucora. Eucora saved my life. Try today at eucora.com.
Brighter teeth, whiter teeth in just 2 weeks. Guaranteed.
After using Smile Active, my teeth are the whitest they have ever been. My teeth are sensitive, and most at-home whitening kits made my teeth hurt. Smile Active is designed to whiten teeth without causing painful sensitivity. And using Smile Active couldn't be any easier.
Just add Smile Active's whitening gel to your favorite toothpaste, and then brush like normal, morning and night. Smile Actives becomes a powerful microfoam with patented polyclean technology to gently penetrate enamel surface and safely lift and remove stains. Without strips, without gimmicky goop, and without going to the dentist. 100% of users saw whiter teeth, up to 8 shades whiter in just 2 weeks.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just put the gel on the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Excellent.
Smile Active's new Pro Whitening Gel has 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
Smile Active's new Pro Whitening Gel is only $24.95. But today, get this buy one, get one free offer, plus free shipping with 3 easy ways to order.
Call 1-800-816-0498.
Scan the code or go to smileactives.com.
This is after using Smile Actives, and you can really see how white my teeth are now next to my son's.
This is your chance for brighter teeth, whiter teeth, guaranteed, or return it within 60 days for your money back. To claim this buy one, get one free offer with free shipping,
call 1-800-816-0498.
So be it.
Scan the code or go to smileactives.com now. When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
NetCredit is here to say yes.
When it comes to drugs, how much freedom is too much for kids? Drugs are out there. Will my team feel free to say no around other kids? I didn't live drug-free when I was younger. Can I admit that to my kids? Drugs worry me, but how can I feel free to talk about it with my kids?
Questions about drugs and kids? Call or chat to get real-time support.
To think you'd
I
fight on each
was
other's side
making
in battle
a stunt
before
on drugs.
exchanging your vows.
When I found out about what the United Way could do,
Though
I was
I
sitting
dare say
inside
that it bodes well for Wolford that its new
on the
lord
phone,
and lady makes such a
talking
fine
with someone and saying, I'm going to lose everything.
Your
I
Highness.
got nothing. I might as well be dead.
Here you are. Why, the entire
14
Kingsguard has
years
been scouring the land for
Never
you.
thought that would be possible.
Did you sneak out of the castle again, Roland?
When I heard my best friend's betrothed was arriving
When
in
an impaired driver killed my brother DJ, my life changed forever. During the pandemic, all of our lives changed, and many of us turned to alcohol and drugs to cope. As life returns to normal, the increase in substance use from COVID has lingered, and some police services report an increase in impaired driving that caused heartbreak and devastation. Now, more than ever, we need your commitment to never drive impaired, and to encourage all of your family and friends to do the same. Together, we can save lives.
All right, listen to this. Last year, two California teachers sued their school district in California, saying they had to lie to parents regarding their children's gender status. And now they are suing Governor Gavin Newsom and the Attorney General out there directly over what they're calling a dangerous agenda. California teacher explained to Cal, Elizabeth Mirabelli and Attorney Paul Schiller join us right now live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right, so Elizabeth, explain why, because of your school district, you've had to lie to parents.
I look forward to celebrating your union.
Well, a policy was rolled out, and it required us to, when meeting and speaking with parents, to withhold critical information about their child's mental and emotional health, and specifically refer to that child by one set of names and pronouns in front of parents, and then during the school day, change to another name and another set of pronouns that parents were unaware of.
Right.
So basically, I was teaching this child to live double life.
So explain, and you've had a student or students in your class who this applies to. How did that make things challenging?
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sarah Noah of House.
Well, it was tricky. It was confusing. A teacher is a very busy person. And in addition to my roster, I was supposed to memorize names and various unique pronouns for a number of students. This is becoming a fad, especially with young girls, and empirical science has proven that. So I had no less than 7 girls that wanted different names than my roster, variety of interesting pronouns like they or zir and so forth. It's very difficult for me to remember that in a busy, hectic, moving environment.
Right, no kidding. And then I would imagine you would get in trouble if you didn't use the right pronoun that they wanted, and it would just simply be by accident. The governor's office did put out a statement. It said, federal law is clear that the governor is not a proper party in this case, and we will be moving to have the governor dismissed in short order. But it sounds like, Paul, the judge ordered the AG and the governor in on this case as well, right?
I find your courage more
The court ordered them to be named as defendants. The school district pointed to the state and said, the state is the source of this policy, and we have the governor and the attorney general sort of defying the court's order from a distance, and now they're roped in directly into the court's jurisdiction.
And Paul, ultimately, you guys are involved because this is a chance to, once and for all, end this kind of policy, right?
Absolutely. The court already issued a groundbreaking preliminary injunction ruling last September, essentially blocking the policy under the First Amendment and also holding that it violates a parent's rights. So I think the governor and the attorney general know exactly what's at stake. This is, for whatever reason, this has been a top priority for the state of California, enforcing these gender secrecy policies. And this case presents the best opportunity to sort of undo that in California and throughout the country.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you very much for telling us about your challenging circumstances. I don't think anybody had an idea it was quite like that. And Paul, keep us posted on what happens.
Absolutely. Will do.
Good luck to both of you. All right, 6.5 minutes from now, Bill Hemmer takes over. I see this one. It's here. New York Times says the Biden team's not happy with his coverage. We shall read the headlines for you coming up. Trump says he'll appeal his gigantic fine he faces. In the meantime, question. Who gets the money? C-Payne is on it coming up. California's got a big decision to make right now as the target of the cartels and human smugglers. And King Charles Barkley says the folks in San Francisco screwed up that city. And it's on camera. Dana and I will see you in 6 minutes. Top of the hour. See you.
Nexium 24-hour prevents heartburn acid for twice as long as Pepsi. Get all day and all night heartburn acid prevention with just 1 pill a day. Choose acid prevention. Choose Nexium.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth just by moving a lever. Towing up to 4,000 pounds with a machine that weighs less than half that. Cutting grass, clearing the way, and perfecting every inch of your land. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at johndeere.com/get. Doug.
Let's save this. And we'll see you guys next time, right? Peace.
I think you're supposed to stand over there.
Oh, am I?
Stay tuned.
So a couple more. We'll go quick. Bee-boo. And me. Only pay for what you need.
Here's why you should switch from Google to DuckDuckGo on all your devices. DuckDuckGo comes with a built-in search engine like Google, but it's private and doesn't spy on your searches.